guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com. Today we're going to be learning With a Little Help from My Friends by the Beatles. And this arrangement was actually written by my friend Dan Holloway, and it was written for guitar. But of course what I did is I took it and I put it on the ukulele. So if you guys really dig this arrangement, check out his version. And if you play guitar, you can also learn his version on guitar at his website, which is also a online lessons website, but for fingerstyle guitar. So what I really dug about this arrangement and why I wanted to borrow it and put it on uke was that I really like how he rewrote sections or changed the melodies a little bit, changed the harmonies a little bit. It's kind of like using poetic license. So instead of playing it 100% like the record, he kind of embellished parts, and it made for a really interesting and unique take on this arrangement, which I just absolutely dug. So I hope you guys dig it too. So what we're going to be doing in this lesson, which is part 1, is we're going to be learning the first verse. So we're going to go through all 8 bars for the first verse. And if you guys want to learn the rest of the arrangement, you can do so in part 2 of the lesson at rockclass101.com. You're going to be able to get the complete tabs to print off, as well as access to that on-screen tab viewer, which literally lets you hit play and watch the tab scroll across in real time. You can highlight bars to loop them, slow it down to whatever speed. It's just such a great asset in learning this tune that much quicker. So if you'd like to learn the rest of it, check out rockclass101.com. All right, let's go ahead and kick into part 1 of the lesson. So we're going to kick off with actually a pickup bar that'll take us into our first bar for the verse. So our pickup bar sounds like this. Okay, one more time. All right, so what's happening here is that we are going to basically be doing a hammer-on lick into a sliding lick. So it's going to start with the open 3rd string, and we're just going to hit that open with our thumb, and then we're going to basically hammer onto 2 strings at the same time. So we're going to pluck string 3 and 2 open, and then we're going to take our middle finger, hammer onto the 2nd fret of string 3, and our index finger hammers onto the 1st fret of string 2. So it sounds like that. Okay, so if I add the open 3rd, then I'm going to pluck open 3 and 2 and hammer on. And again. From there, what I'm going to do is keep your fingers held down, pluck those 2 notes, and slide up a whole step. So I'm going 2 and 1, sliding up to 4 and 3. Okay, if I put that together. One more time. Okay, then we're going to follow this up with open 1, open 4. Okay, and it's also important to note that our feel for this song has a swung 8th note rhythm to it. Okay, slow. Alright, so there's our first pickup bar. Let's go ahead and just play into the first bar, and then we'll break it down. So here's bar 1 of the verse, first verse. Okay, so what's happening is that we're going to take 2 chords. We're going to start with that basic stock F, and then we're going to move it up to a C. But while we're walking it up to that C, we're going to be playing melody lines. So you're going to take that basic F, go ahead and strum it, and then we're going to play 1 on string 1, and then 3 on string 1. So you can see how my first will drop down to that 1st fret, and then my ring gets added to that 3rd fret. So I have strum 1, 3, keep your ring there, strum, you've got a basic C chord. And then we're going to go back to that 1st fret with our index, and we're going to play 3 and 1 open together. So you're going to pluck both of those open together. Okay, again, F, C. Next, we're going to take it to a G minor, right? So our G minor, if we're not familiar with it, I know most of you will know the G, right? G minor flats the 3rd in the chord. That's what makes it minor. So it's 0, 2, 3, 1. right? But for the first part, what we're gonna do is we're gonna not use our first finger. We're gonna strum 4 to 2. So here's what that bar sounds like for reference. Okay, so we've got strumming 4 to 2, playing the open first, and then we're gonna add that first finger to that first fret of string 1. So you have strum to 2, open, first fret, and then plucking, again, string 3 and 1 together. Hold that out, and we're gonna go 4, 1, 4, right? So string 4 is open, and then our index is still on the first fret of string 1. So slow. Okay, so if I take the first 2 bars now I have, all right, let's take a look at our third bar, and here's what our third bar sounds like. All right, so what's happening is that we're basically playing out of a C chord, and it's gonna start out with actually all open strings. So you're gonna strum 3, 2, and 1 all open, and then you're gonna take the ring, add it to the third fret of string 2, and then we're gonna bounce between some opens and then go into the first fret of string 2. So we have strum 3 on string 2, open third, and then we're moving to 1 on string 2. And when we get to that 1, you're gonna keep that finger there. So you can see I have strum 3, open third, and then first fret of string 2. Okay, followed up by open 4, and then the first fret of string 2 again, and then we're gonna hit open 4 twice. But that second time, we're gonna hammer on to the second fret of string 4, and that takes us into bar 4. So bar 3 is strum 3, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, hammer on. And that's the first note of bar 4. So it sounds like that. Again, we have strum 3, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, hammer on, right? So if I call out string numbers, I have strum 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4. Okay? Keep that hammer on there. You can already see that we are now into an F chord, right? Just that basic F again. So when I hammer on, I'm gonna keep all these fingers there, right? And I'm gonna play out of it. And here we're gonna have a triplet rhythm. So let's go ahead and play it bar 3 and 4 so you can get the context of how it flows into each other. And then we're gonna break 4 down. Okay? So basically, we keep that hammer on there, and we have that basic F shape. We're gonna play string 2, and then we're gonna play our triplet 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna be quick little hit. Sounds like that. So you're hitting 3 and 1 open together, and then playing open 4, and then the first fret of string 2 where your index is. So watch that middle finger. That middle finger lifts up after that hammer on. So you see how it lifts up. Right, so we have hammer on, 2, pluck 3 and 1 open, 4, 2, right? So it sounds like that. 2, pluck, 4, 2. Then you're gonna follow it up with 4, 4, 3. Right? And they're all opens. Open 4, open 4, open third. So if I take it from the hammer on, if I call it out the rhythm, triplet. Okay, again, hammer on, string 2, 3 and 1 together, open 4, string 2, open 4 twice, open 3. Okay? That gives us our first 4 bars. So let's go ahead and backtrack. Let's play that pickup through bars 1 through 4. Okay, let's play it again, just a touch slower. Alright guys, let's go ahead and look at bars 5 through 8 now. And what you're going to notice is that it's basically the same thing that we've already played, but with a few slight variations. And then the last bar is actually going to be different, so we're going to sub that one out. So let's go ahead and just play through the first 3 of these bars and talk about it. And we'll see what similarities they share. Alright, let's go ahead and just play that 5th bar by itself. And what you're going to notice is that those last 2 notes are going to be different. It's basically just going to be a pull off instead of plucking both of them. So what we've got is the same strum 1, 3 to the C, strum 1 to 0. So that 1 to 0 is the same, except we're doing a pull off this time. And we're not hitting 2 notes at the same time at the end of it. So we have... So strum the F, 1, 3, strum the C, all that's identical. And this time, 1 to 0 on string 1, and that's it. Okay, the next bar, bar 6, we've got basically back to the same first half again for G minor. So we have strum 4 to 2, open 1, first fret, pluck string 3 and 1. So all of that is the same. So the first half of that bar is the same. Here comes the change. We're going to go 3 to 1 on string 1. It's a pull off. So use your pinky. Put that on the 3rd fret of string 1. Pull off to 1 and then play the open 4. Okay, sounds like that again. Alright, and then our next bar, bar 6, is actually 100% identical to bar 3. So everything we did before is the same in this bar. Right, so we had that open strum, 3, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Right, so all that's the same. But the big difference is we're not hammering on to that 2nd fret for the next bar. So after you play those last 2 opens on string 4, the last bar, bar 8, is something that is different for this one. So this one is completely different. And what we're going to be playing is a variation on an F chord. So go ahead and take that first finger, put it on the 1st fret of string 2, and then your pinky on the 3rd fret of string 1. Our chord right here is just going to be strumming 3 down, so the 3rd string is open. Okay? But we're actually not strumming, we're going to be plucking out of this chord. So here's what bar 8 sounds like. Okay, again. Alright, so what I've got is a slap followed by playing string 2 and then playing 3 and 1 open together. Then I'm going to take my pinky, put it on 3 on string 1. So there's our first half. So I have slap, 2, 3 and 1 together, 3 on string 1. Again. Okay, the second half starts the same, slap, string 2, and then 3 and 1 together, open, followed by 4 open. So I have slap, 2, pluck, 4. Okay, so if I play bar 8 all the way through. Okay, slow it down. That's what it sounds like. So now we've got all 8 bars, guys. Let's go ahead and just play bar 5 through 8 and then 1 through 8 all the way through. So here we go, bar 5 through 8. Okay, and then bars 1 through 8 plus that pickup all the way through. Okay, so it sounds like that all the way through. So guys, what you'll notice in this arrangement is that there are slight variations throughout all of it. So it's got a few verses in it, it's got a couple bridges in it, and it's got, I believe, 4 choruses in it. So as you're playing through all of it, you'll notice these slight little variations, just like we saw in the first verse, these first 8 bars, right? We see little variations, and what that does is it creates something interesting with the ear. So that way you're not always playing the same thing. You vary it a little bit, and it makes it much more enjoyable to listen to. And that's what I really, really dug about this arrangement. So if you guys want to learn the rest of the arrangement, you can do so at rockclass101.com in part 2 of the lesson. And you can also get the complete tabs to print off and follow along with, and access to that on-screen tab viewer. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.